Activate. There we go. Did that do it? Hey! We're back. We're back with the living. With the streaming living. We have made it. Ahem. So yes. Tonight is the big headphone highlight. We're going to talk about these. Our HD 8XXs. I've been wearing them for the entire week. And I have a few things to say about them. So look forward to it. We'll get to that probably in about an hour or so. So until we do that, let's enjoy our time in some space opera funness. You know what? I'm gonna lift the camera up just a little bit so you're not just kind of staring at my shoulders here. That should be a bit better. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. Okie dokie then. So, when last we left off, we got us a Morden, Mr. Scientist, and we love him very much. Now I feel like the camera's a bit too high. I know I'm being picky about this, but is that too much? That's too much. It's one of those situations where it's like, oh, a little bit more to the left, a little bit more to the right. No, you've gone too far. Another 2 degrees upwards, please. Ah, that's fine. I feel like it's pretty much back where it was at the beginning, but whatever. It's fine. It looks good. Okay. Yeah, we got Morden. And we still have a lot of people to recruit, if I recall. We got Zaid. Warlord. The Council. Master Thief. A brilliant... Let's see, well, hold on. Dr. O'Keir. Millennia of combat and strategic experience. Rumored facility with collector technology. A brilliant and brutal Krogan warlord who fought in the Krogan rebellions. Dr. O'Keir has been obsessed with saving the Krogan people from the genophage and is believed to have contacted the collectors in an attempt to gain technology to that end. He is currently in a Blue Suns camp on Corliss, though the nature of his relationship with the mercenary group is unknown. I think we need to get ourselves a Krogan. What do you guys think? Travel to Corliss in the Emir system. Okay. Okay. Actually, we might have...
No messages for you, Commander.
No messages? What? Really? I thought we had a bunch of unread messages. We have a few. Take care of Garrus? From Nala Butler. Commander Shepard, my husband was one of the men serving on Garrus's team. I don't know how much Garrus talked to you about what happened. I don't know the specifics myself, only that my husband died in a trap set by those bastard gangs. I know Garrus blames himself. He took every shot fired at that squad as a failure on his part. And it was clear when he sent me the message about my husband that he thinks it was his fault. My husband would never have wanted that. He was proud of the work he did on Garrus' squad. He was taking back Omega from the gangs. He died fighting with honor. I miss him. God, I'd give anything to get him back, but whatever happened there wasn't Garrus' fault. You're his commander now. Please, if you can, help him stop blaming himself. And please don't tell him that I sent you this. Thank you, Nala Butler. Garrus. Garrus. Rex got doctrinated? Oh, he got a doctorate. Dr. Rex. Would you go to his clinic? Let's see. Chief Medical Officer Chakwas. Commander, I've done further investigation regarding your facial scarring. And the old adage of mind over matter holds true. This is what I was telling you about depending on if you're more Paragon or more Renegade, your scars will be affected. Negative attributes and aggressive acts create adverse reactions with your cybernetic implants, while peaceful thoughts and compassionate actions promote healing. If you maintain a positive outlook, I believe your facial scarring will heal on its own. Otherwise, there is surgical equipment we could use to insulate your cybernetic implants and accelerate your healing regardless of your mental outlook. I have updated plans for the new medical equipment to your research terminal in the tech lab. Sincerely, Chuckles. Thanks. So they do kind of give you like, hey, if you have scars but you want to heal them anyway, here's a way around it. I don't know if it works the other way though. I don't know if you keep going down the Paragon track, if it'll give you the option to maintain your scars. That I'm not sure. Okay. We've already talked to everybody. Let's just go on a mission. We're finally leaving Omega. We don't need to be there right now. Let's see. We need to go to the fuel depot. Is this a thing that I forgot we had to do? Look at that, we have no fuel. Buy fuel. All the fuel. Hooray! I think you need fuel to travel to different systems now? I forgot about that. Did I go to the relay? Plot mass relay jump. Okay, I think we want to go to... recruit the Master Thief, recruit the Convict, recruit the Warlord. There we go. Boom. Recruit the Warlord. We gotta check out all these planets. What kind of space upkeep adventure is this crap? Fuel? What's next? Growing crops? Yeah, what the hell, man? What happens when you run out of fuel? I think you're just kind of stuck there. So you gotta, like, go do some missions or whatever to get some money. Or maybe mining. I don't know. I've never been in a position where I was out of fuel and stuck and I couldn't go anywhere. It might be one of those things where it's like, oh no, it's added conflict and difficulty, but really you have so many opportunities to have fuel that it's pretty much a non-issue. Cold and distant, Gregus is currently 65% rock and mass and 35% frozen methane and nitrogen ices. In the planet's summer years, these percentages change as the sun heats its ice and it evaporates into thin atmosphere. Its calcium-heavy crust has been scouted by countless coreless surveying teams, most of whom came back empty-handed. Well, we're gonna do a frickin' scan. Hello! Lady Marslander is in the chat. So this is different. Rather than, you know, in the first game we just kind of clicked on a planet and we got resources, now we get this fun little mini game where we can actually scan it. And see, when my scan is detecting material, the wave graph on the right will get bigger, and wherever it is tallest is what that material is going to be. So the peak right now is peaking above the iridium section right there. So that means that there's iridium in this area. I have not fed the dogs, no. I'm a bad doggy daddy. So what you want to do is you want to kind of finagle it until it's at like the maximum frequency, or scan, whatever. Right there seems pretty good. So not only are you looking at the graph, but you can hear the clicking, and then the controller is also vibrating. If you have controller, if I was on mouse and keyboard, I wouldn't have that experience. That's why for some games, maybe controller can be better. It's just my preference, that's all. This is mining, yes. Yes, it is. Launch probe!
Probe launched. In research projects, iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
Hooray! We got some iridium. Oh, something else over here. That seems about max right there, and that is palladium. Getting fuel, mining, growing crops is just around the corner. Right? Bang!
Probe away. In research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
Cool. Oh, we got... That's just a little bit of something there. It's probably not worth it. Because pros we only have so many of. Oh. Holy cow, this thing's really, really rich in iridium.
Probe launched.
Lovely. So yeah, you have to, you know, scan the surface of the planet on the left side of the screen while you're rotating the planet. Then on the right side of the screen is where you're in, like, determining... Oh. Platinum. Let's go.
Launching probe. In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
See, it's... Like, yeah, it's more busy work, but at least I genuinely feel like I had no idea what my resources were going towards in Mass Effect 1. In this game, it's very clear that all of these resources have a purpose, and it even tells you what it's going to be used for. Ooh. So in this situation, obviously I'm going to get platinum again, but also because I got a little bit of the peak going in the iridium section, I'm going to get a little bit of both.
Probe away.
Yay! Oh, and we got a little bit more or something.
Probe away.
That might be it. Nope, there's still a little bit more iridium. Right about there feels pretty good.
Launching probe.
We are running low on probes. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have a ton of iridium.
Probe launched.
More? Alright.
Probe launched.
Is that everything now? Are we good? No. More radium. Oh, oh, oh.
Launching probe.
Oh, looks like Rye has dropped in with a knowledge bomb on us. If a player runs out of fuel, Edie will expend a quality of the valuable mineral to fly the Normandy SR2 to the nearest fuel depot. Minerals are expended until stocks of that material are depleted with the following priority. Radium, okay. So if you run out of fuel, then she'll start using your resources as fuel. Interesting. Is it better to scan the whole planet first? And is it better to get more than one resource if you get less of a singular one? Don't think too much about it. It doesn't really matter. You're given so many opportunities to get resources. I just kind of go... I don't... Unless I'm trying to craft something very specific, and I just don't have enough resources to do that. Like, I think Element Zero is fairly hard to come by. So if it's something like I'm specifically looking for Element Zero, I'll scan for that first. But right now we don't really have much of anything, so I'm just taking everything we can get. But again, there's so many. You could do this on every single planet, so it's not really like you have a. I mean, I think there is a finite amount of times you can mine planets, but you get so much resources from doing it, it doesn't really matter. Okay. What else we got? What is this? Osalary, a boiling hot dwarf planet close to the G-class star Ilmir. Too hot for lucrative exploitation. Its only satellites are defunct solar arrays destroyed by pirates long ago. We don't have any probes. I think we can go to the fuel depot and buy more probes. Travel advisory. Privacy of helium-3 refueling stations is common in the Ilmir system. Visitors are encouraged to use the escorts provided by the Corliss security fleet to and from the system's mass relay. To prevent escort fraud, always ask for identification from the escort ships and compare them to those found on the Corliss security fleet's extranet sites. I guess piracy is just really a big thing in this system. Can I buy more probes at the fueling station? I think I can. I can. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're good. We'll deal with that later. We got a mission. A garbage scow with a climate. Was one of the Citadel Council members' described Corliss at the turn of the century, and ever since then, the Corliss Tourist Bureau has been attempting to rebrand their planet. It hasn't worked. Though they have tried calling it the recycling center of the galaxy, corruption scandals and a staggering murder rate ensure that Corliss' image is permanently stained. Corliss' biggest business is the recycling of decommissioned or junked spacecraft into their component parts. While the invention of Omnigel has made its process significantly cleaner, it is still a dirty business that chokes Corliss' sky with smog and fills its ports with megatons of scrap. Oof. A shady hospitality industry and a scavenger underclass around the spectacle of urban decay. Travel advisory. Is this the same travel advisory? No. Corliss ranks second in the murder per capita in the Terminus system and first in off-world murder. Civilian traffic is encouraged to employ security professionals when visiting. Population of 3.8 billion. All right, let's go. Well, we gotta take Morden, because how can we not take Morden? Question is, who do we take as well? Something tells me this place is dangerous. Whatever would give you that idea? So who do we want to take? We gotta take Morden, but who else should we take? We can always go... I mean, I'm fine with any of them, but... Garrus or Saeed? We got to spend a pretty good amount of time with Zaid, so let's do Garrus. Oh, we got some upgrades. Let's upgrade my charge. No. Fire damage 40%. Cryo ammo. Freeze duration is 4%. Impact force. Shield strength, okay. Shockwave. 500 newtons of force, ooh. That might be good. And that's fine. You know what? I like Shockwave. Next, hey Gareth. We don't have enough loyalty with him, which is weird because, you know, he was with us last time, but whatever. Let's up that overload. Ah, Mr. Morden. Would you mind... incinerate. Yeah. Cool. Let's change my shotgun to this big bad boy. I'll keep the hand cannon. And, oh, that's the black hole gun. I'm gonna swap that out for the grenade launcher, because as cool as the black hole gun is, it's very, very slow and doesn't have a whole lot of ammo. I feel like Garrus needs this. And Morden can keep that, that's fine.
The dossier doesn't say if Okir is on this planet by choice. Assume hostiles.
There is only one measure of success. Kill or be killed. Perfection is your goal.
Oh, wait a minute, we're wearing different armor.
Someone likes the sound of their voice.
Stay focused. We're looking for a Krogan warlord.
Yeah, my armor is different. Actually, yeah. I guess that's fine for now. I don't know, we got plenty of places for cover. I'm gonna be a little surprised if there's no combat.
Being hired is merely the beginning. You must earn your place in the mighty army we are building.
Oh? The mighty army we are building.
Lookout position. Equipped for combat.
There's that combat I was looking for. How do we do shockwave again? Left button. Alright. Furiosa, is that you? I know, right? Oh. Wounded Merc.
Shit. I won't stop bleeding. I'm gonna... Son of a bitch.
Sir,
Doesn't
watch
look
your
that
language.
bad, actually.
He doesn't need to know that.
I knew it wasn't berserkers. Not at range. You're mercs. Or Alliance. I'm not telling you anything.
I've got a nice application of metagel ready to go. But if you'd rather I just keep walking.
Son of a bitch. I don't know anything. I just shoot the overflow from the labs. The old Krogan up there, he's really been cleaning house lately. Jador hired him to make her an army, but the Krogan he creates are insane. So we use them for live ammo training. It's all crap. I don't get paid enough to goddamn bleed out.
Outpost 4, Jador wants us to move. We need coordinates on that Krogan pack.
They use the Krogan as target practice? Excuse me, sir?
I want your friends gone. Understand?
Patrol, the last group dispersed. Lost sight 5 minutes ago.
Dispersed? Jador will be pissed. She wanted a show.
You asked for a report, you got it. Dispersed.
Understood. Returning to the labs.
There, you see? I'm helping.
Tell me about this warlord.
Have you seen Okir? Does he know about all this?
We can't go in the labs, but everyone sees what happens when the Krogan come out. I've shot hundreds. They're crazy, mindless. Anyone up there, they know what's going on.
What's going on around here?
What is Jador planning to do with all these Krogan?
Replace us, probably. I sure wouldn't want to see an army of them coming at me. Only she can't control them. They aren't supposed to be crazy, but they're Krogan. How smart are they to start?
Oh, buddy.
Is Jador's lab heavily guarded?
There are big guns to keep ships away. We're not outfitted to fight goddamn commandos.
All right, get out of here.
If you start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
Adding insult to injury, literally. Necessary.
Maybe not. Felt good, though. Come on. Our warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
Training is part of your contract. Failure to perform means liquidation, legal and otherwise.
What? What? Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Stay strong.
Oh, good job, guys. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Concussive shot ready.
Incinerate him. Nice. Nope. I get a concussive shot on this fellow. Thank you. That's so cool. Bang, bang. Oop. Bang. Interesting the blue suns are here too, yeah. They're kind of spreading, man. These must be the artificially created Krogan. Oh dear. Whoop. We gotta take care of that guy real quick. Incinerate.
Next out. Making contact.
Ha!
Ah, impressive shot. Just nothing to help.
Wow. Holy crap, Morden. You're kicking ass.
For your example and your warning. As ferocious as they are,
Ow. Where in the heck did that come from?
And stay down.
From you! Haha. Oh man, they really have been shooting at the Krogan. That ain't cool.
incoming. I need cover.
Is the game really quiet? There, is that better?
If they're not killed,
We have a live Krogan helping us
Forget
out.
which. Doesn't matter.
Can I get a concussive shot, please?
This should slow him down.
Nice. Hey, buddy. Tank grown Krogan.
You are different. New. You don't smell like this world. 7 night cycles, and I have felt only the need to kill. But you... Something makes me speak.
Night cycles. 7 days.
Lab bred but fully grown.
They must breed them full size, ready to kill. Not much improvement over regular mercs if they need training.
Bred to kill. No. I kill because my blood and bone tell me to. But it's not why I was flushed from Glass Mother. Survival is what I hear in my head. against the enemy that threatens all my kind. But I failed, even before waking. That is what the voice in the water said. That is why I wait here.
Jador.
You're supposed to be part of a mercenary army. Do you remember Jador?
I know that name. It causes anger, but also laughter. It is not a name that will be sung when we march. I don't know what that means, but I have heard it many times.
God, that's so... This is such a cool situation.
How can you speak if you're only a week old?
There was a scratching sound in my head, and it became the voice. It taught things I would need. Walking, talking, hitting, shooting. Then the voice said I was not perfect, and the teaching stopped. And now I am here.
Interesting. Raised, then rejected. Control group? Failed test?
I don't know, but I am not perfect.
You'd watch this movie? Heck yeah. The voice and the enemy.
Okir's voice? Did he speak to you while you were in your tank?
I heard the voice, not like now, with ears. Inside. I called it Father. It like that, but it was disappointed. I'm not what it needs me to be.
A breeding program? Trying to escape genophage effects?
Escape. Escape was never whispered. Survive, resist, ignore.
Is what he's saying possible? But you failed.
How did you disappoint the voice?
I don't know. It was decided before I left Tank Mother. I was not perfect.
If Mercenary was correct, Krogan prone to mental instability.
I don't know of that, but I'm not perfect.
I destroyed Saren's cure. How does Okir expect these Krogan to ignore the genophage if not by curing it?
Uncertain. Likely irrelevant. Appears Okir has had no success.
Show me the lab.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Okir.
The Glass Mother. She is up, past the broken parts, behind many of you fleshy things. I will show you.
Heck
Glad
yeah.
he's friendly.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
Why have you stayed here?
You could have run or tried to fight your way back to the labs. Why stay here?
I am waiting. The voice told me, if they come, I fight. But I will not run, and I will not follow. I am not perfect, but I have purpose. I must wait until called, released.
Godspeed, little friend.
Not a lot of room to maneuver. Stay sharp.
Thanks, Garrus. We stole that dude's money. Haha.
They're loose! Run for your damn life! They're all...
Ah! Ah! I was not expecting that.
You'll need more than that. You'll bleed.
Enjoy.
Whoa. Let's go back to this gun, shall we? Get that Inferno ammo back up.
Go authorize that Krogan release, okay?
Incinerate this fool. Ha ha! Nice. Concussive shot.
Hostile charging!
Is he charging? I think it might be shotgun time. Incinerate, please.
Worked nicely. Krogan incoming!
Not anymore. The old charge and shoot. Incinerate. Charge. Boom.
Krogan incoming!
Bam. Haha. Now that's satisfying.
Krogan took down the grid. We're blind and getting hit on all sides. Where are the heavies?
We got some platinum. The heavies, huh? Where indeed are the heavies? Oh, okay. We're doing this. And done.
Krogan on our 6. Copy, goddammit. Where's Jador and her personal guard?
This might be useful.
All right.
Look out!
Oh my. Yeah. Ha! I got him. Gordon, can you watch it? I prefer if you didn't die, friendo. No! Shepard, what are you doing? Alright.
Concentrate on the Krogan charge or we're all dead. There's a genius who gave them arms.
Who's alive?
Can you concussive shot this lady, please? Ha! That's right. Group up. Group up. Kablam! Ha ha! Oh, good job, Morton. Dang. I feel like I haven't blinked in like 5 minutes. Ah. Hey, a PDA. Hey guys. Too much PDA, okay? Too much PDA on the stream. Let's see here. This one? And this one. We got some muns. Kind of having some flashbacks of what I think might be coming up. Oh, hello. Let's Thanks, Karis. Are you guys hurting? Or are you okay? Heck yeah. Let's get that shotgun out and let's do some charging.
Can't target them!
Orders are going down, but the outsider commandos are still incoming. Repeat, still incoming.
Is that what we are? Outside of commandos? Excuse me? Okay. Grab this. Morton, can you overload this dude, please? I guess not.
Incineration tech.
Ah, he did. Can you concussive shop this boy, please? Nice. Alright, I think there's a computer or something back there a little bit. Let's go check that out before we move on. Some heals. Okay. Okay, so that's that.
I need everyone out of the labs to fight this. Every floor, every outpost, move!
We stole his money again. Incinerate those fools. God, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, that hurt. Overload that dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got any more fellas to deal with? Power cells. Don't mind if I do. Let's steal some more money while we're at it. Okay.
Concentrate fire on my position! Concentrate on...
I don't know what position is at. What position is No. More PDA? What do we say about that? Easy peasy. Okay. I feel like we're getting close. Come on. It's the same position where you find the dragon of Okay. Yeah, this is bad. I remember this being a bad situation. Okay, maybe not so bad. Oh no, there's more dudes over there. Overload those boys. Incinerate those boys. Fire at will! Ha ha ha! Took that to the face like a champ. Uh-oh. Right button. Right button. Oh. shooting Garrus while he's down. Incinerate that fool.
Clean hit.
Ha! We are low on ammo. Ha. Alright, we need a little bit more. Alright. That helped. Oh my gosh, there's even more. This guy's got armor too. Run! Incinerate that dude. Lord, that's a terrible spot. Find somewhere else, man.
Affirmative.
Of course.
Yes.
Alright. Just the one left, yeah? Oh, we got her too? Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't the spot of the game I was thinking it was. At least not yet. It might be later. At the moment, we're okay. Just to be safe. You know?
Shepard, don't shoot. You know me.
Wait a minute.
I shut down the security cams as soon as I saw it was you. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, ran a Thanoptis. You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer. Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
I thought so! Holy cow! What a callback. Yeah, she was, right? Holy cow, man. Yes, it does ring a bell. Everyone here should be dead. Why are you here?
I assume you have a good reason for being at this lab?
Don't worry, I'm not wasting the chance you gave me. My work here, strictly beneficial. Not for the mercs. Jador's on a standard power trip. But Okeer is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? And sometimes giving one pays off. I take care of my debts.
This is so much cooler now that I have context.
What is Okeer trying to do here?
It's complicated. Jador wants a private army, but Okeer mostly ignores her. He's running the project for his own reasons. I created a mental imprint routine to educate his tank bred. Most don't get through it. He dumps them for some reason. He wants to help his people, but he's not looking for a genophage cure, and he's not going for numbers. That's all I know.
Yeah, she seems to have a habit of getting hired by shitty science dudes. Yeah, a little bit. She has bad taste in... I mean, they've all been men so far, so I guess we could say a bad taste in men. To try harder to avoid trouble, I mean, really. trying to buy off your guilt? Stay out of my way.
Finding you in a place like this makes me think letting you go was a mistake. You don't want that.
We agree on that. Don't worry. I plan on staying as far away from anything to do with you as possible. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna run like hell before you blow the place or something. I know how you work.
Haha.
Should have killed her. Too much knowledge without ethical boundaries.
She just ignores that comment. Like, whatever, Morden. Sure, let's hack the terminal. Alright. Let's get some meds. Let's open this door.
Here you are. I've watched your progress.
Hate to do it to you, but we're gonna stop there for a minute. Just because I know there's a little bit of story there. So I'm gonna take this opportunity before we get into that to grab some more water, and then when I get back, we'll do the headphone highlight, and then we'll finish this up. So I'll be right back. Hang tight. Just like 2 minutes. A good commercial break point. Yeah, exactly. And now, our sponsor. And we're back. Okay. I guess let's just jump right into it, because it is time for that much anticipated headphone highlight. And as is expected, our featured headphone for today is the HD 58XX. We had opened these last week, which was super fun to do. And we are going to now highlight them. I've been listening to them for a week. I put them through, not admittedly all the paces, but as much as I was willing to do within a week. And yeah, we got a little bit to talk about. I'm excited. I will mention, because I am trying to be good about uploading some of this stuff to YouTube as well, just because, you know, Twitch deletes it after a while. So I have already the unboxing video for this headphone on the YouTube channel. I will update when I upload this. I will include, so if you're watching this video right here of this headphone highlight on YouTube right now, there should be a link in the description of this video to the unboxing video of these headphones. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, we already talked in the unboxing a little bit about the construction, but so we'll go over it fairly quickly. But let's take a better look at these again with their, you know, Imperial Star Wars Imperial industrial design, which personally I think is pretty cool. Yeah, we do have some plastic bits, which again, that's okay. If this whole headphone was made of metal, it'd be way too heavy. So this is not just a cost-saving measure. This is a weight-saving measure, this decision. So yeah, we got some plastic bits, but the mesh here is metal. And this silver wire mesh is also a metal wire mesh. You can see the back of the driver here. So these are very, very open headphones. These drivers are 56 millimeter drivers, which, according to Sennheiser's description of these videos on their website, are the largest dynamic drivers in any headphone. I'm not sure that's true, but that's what they claim. So, Mondo drivers, bigger than anything else we have here. The headband is a spring steel headband that is on the underside coated in. I looked up what this stuff was because it was wowing me so much before. This material, which is the same material that the stock pads have, they Sennheiser calls it just their microfiber cloth. So it's a microfiber, which is why it feels so dang soft. It doesn't feel the same kind of microfiber as like like a lens cleaning cloth would be. It feels a lot more suede. So it's very, very, very soft to the touch. There's not a whole lot of padding up here, but what is there is very, very soft and very plush. The pads. So you'll notice that these pads look a little different than last time. I did put on the Dakoni pads. These are the Dakoni first. I'm gonna mispronounce this. First. Ugh. 1 second. If I don't have the word right in front of me, I'm not going to pronounce it correctly. Fenestrated sheepskin pads. See if I can get that in the camera here a little bit better. So yeah, so you'll notice they got these little perforations in there. So that kind of helps a little bit with the breathing, and it helps a little bit with the kind of tuning that you're getting when you swap the pads out. They are significantly thicker than the stock pads, and they're very, very soft, very plush, very slow-moving memory foam in there. And this leather, this sheepskin leather, is very, very soft, very smooth. We'll talk a little bit more about the pads later, but the stock pads, again, same material as the headband up here. They are, as Sennheiser's website puts it, handmade microfiber pads. So they are a lot thinner than these, but they're still very soft. Don't have a whole lot of padding, but the material on there is very soft. What else? The cable we've talked a bit about. It is still very difficult to take the freaking cable out of the port and so forth. This is not the stock cable, obviously. This is a Heart Audio cable, which I got because, unfortunately, the 8XXs do not come with a balanced cable. I have an alternative, so it didn't bother me too much. The termination for the cable, once again, is unfortunately this stupid proprietary HD800 Sennheiser cable. It's dumb. I wish they wouldn't do that, but it is what it is. Because they do that, it means you do have to go with a third-party cable modder if you want to get replacement cables, and not, just purchase the Sennheiser cables, which are fine, but not to my taste. We'll put it that way. How big are the drivers? All I'm seeing is COS KO727B have 89mm drivers? What? The COS KO727B have 89mm drivers. Are they dynamic drivers? That's the difference, because planar drivers often can be bigger. Dynamic drivers, maybe not so much. That's according to some chat room. Interesting. I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of the COS KO727B. I like COS. I like COS's stuff. Their lower end stuff. Not the Not their lower end stuff, their affordable stuff. Their costs affordable stuff is kick ass. But this other thing I've never heard of. These are 56mm drivers. Certainly not 89mm. That sounds ridiculously huge. So yeah. They're constructed very, very well. They're fairly light in the hand. The material used for the pads and for the headband is very, very soft and very pleasing. The plastic is high quality and soft. The metal parts of the construction are... They're totally fine. There's nothing super duper fancy in terms of the construction here, other than this design. This D-shaped, gigantic ear cup design. So there's not a whole lot of fancy... There's no fancy wood. There's no fancy, super metals or whatever. It's just kind of a very purposeful build. Put it that way. But I like it. I like the build. It's a good build. Very good build. Particularly with the headphone adjustment mechanism, which has this satisfying clicky. It's really good. It's very stable, very robust. I dig it. Did I ever get that wrong? I did. Boop. Put that back there. Yeah, that seems about right. Whatever. So yeah, build. Great build. Comfort. Cloud system. Our cloud system. How many clouds do the HXXs earn? So in the unboxing video, I put these on and just shouted wow to the heavens. So that might speak a bit to itself. Obviously I'm using the Tacony pads right now, but I'm going to talk at the moment as if I was just using the stock pads. With the stock pads, putting these on, it might seem a bit of an exaggeration, but legitimately it was as if all the weight that they had when I was holding them disappeared. They just all of a sudden weighed almost nothing, and the comfort shocked me. I couldn't believe how comfortable they were, and I still can't. They're incredibly comfortable. After wearing them for a week, most of that week I wore these with the stock pads, and I don't have really any complaints about how they are with the stock pads, other than the pads are very thin, so that leads them to... They're not uncomfortable pads. They just can, at certain points, because of the way this design is, this is a D shape, so it's kind of like right here at the bottom of the D, particularly with those stock pads, it can kind of not dig in, but put a bit of pressure right here on your lower jaw, because these are just so huge. They're so big. Look how much surface area is on the side of my face right now. My ear is at the very back of this pad. So this is the back of my ear here. That means that there's this entire distance from here all the way to here that's touching my face, the side of my head. So that's a lot of surface space. It makes it very comfortable in terms of the how it sits on your head. And there's, again, I should have mentioned earlier, there's almost no clamp force with these headphones. They have the same kind of clamp force that the Shib 9500s have, which is very, very, very minimal. Makes them very comfortable, but with the stock pads, makes them very loose. But even with that very minimal clamping force, they do, because of their size, where the pads sit on your head, can make not pressure points, not hot spots, but just certain spots where there's just a tiny bit of force. I'm don't really want to use that word because it's really not. It's not forceful. It's not painful. It just, I can very much tell that there is something on my lower jaw here, even with the default pads. So, no jaw pressure. That's a fatal. That's fatal for me for comfort, says Lady Marslander. I get it. Totally get it. It's not really pressure. It's just because it's so big, the pad, the surface area here is so much, you just know it's there. You can feel it being there. It may not be necessarily pushing on it, but it's an area, at least for me with most headphones, most headphones don't reach this far down. So it just feels a little odd, I'll say, a little odd to feel it down here. So why do I have the Duconi pads on? The Duconi pads, much thicker, much more plush. So they do, because of that, offer some benefits. Because there's so little padding in the default pads, you're dealing with a very flat. This is very, very flat, right, by itself. If I squeeze on it, sure, it'll form. But this right here is very, very flat. And the default pads are very, very thin. So when you put it on your head, there's not really anything to form to. Like see how it's forming on my fingers here? Because the default pads are so thin, it doesn't really have much to form to. So what you end up having is, say the kind of the curve, because no one has just a flat brick face, right? People have some curve to their head. So what happens with the default pads is you have a curved surface for the side of someone's head and a totally flat cup, and it's doing kind of this. This is an exaggeration, of course, but it's kind of doing this, where it's not really forming to your head. It's more kind of resting on your head and kind of having some spacing issues, where it might be a little, maybe it's a little, you have a little extra space up top, maybe you have a little extra space underneath, maybe a little extra space in the front, maybe a little in the back, or all around. It's going to differ depending on your head shape. So with these Duconi pads, because they're so much thicker and they're soft, they much better form to your head, which creates a better seal. They're open pads, so that doesn't really matter that much, but they create a better seal. And I'm sorry, not open pads. They're very, very open headphones. But they do create a better seal. And because there's that little bit of that seal, while there's still very little clamp force, it sticks to your head a lot better. Because now these pads are really kind of sucking on my head a little bit. So I'm not as worried about these falling off as I would be with the stock pads. So, yeah, the comfort does improve in the cups with these pads. However, and I kind of hesitate to say this. I don't know if I was just very, very hyper aware of it the last couple of days. But what I noticed once I put these pads on, these Duconi pads, and I, comparing immediately after I was wearing these for, 4 days with the default pads, I immediately noticed that I felt a very little bit, but I felt some pressure at the very top of my head from the headband. And I believe the reason for that is that these pads do add a very minor amount of weight to the headphones. And whatever the situation is, that weight gets transferred even the slightest at the top of the head. it is not enough for me to say don't get the Daconis and make them too uncomfortable. It's just something that I definitely noticed. It went from me, having these headphones on and not noticing the headband at all to putting these pads on, and now all of a sudden, oh yeah, I have a headband. I could feel it up there now. So it's a little bit of a, take it one way or take it the other way. Do you want more comfort here, or do you want more comfort up here? Is kind of what I'm getting at here. They're very, very comfortable either way. They're just going to have more comfort depending on what type of pads you have. So I'm going to grade the comfort of these the same with the default pads versus the Dakoni pads, just that comfort is being graded in different ways. They are incredibly comfortable, and when they're on your head, they are incredibly light. Where should I put them? They're still not the most comfortable headphones I have worn, but they're really, really close to it. They're, especially when you consider the size of these things, they are amazingly comfortable headphones. And I am not taking back my reaction from when the unboxing. They still wow me by how comfortable they are. I'm going to give them a 8.5 clouds. They have an 8.5 cloud comfort. Almost a 9. They're not quite at the 9 yet. They're not quite there. They're really, really close. But it's just some of these other headphones have just a little bit more overall comfort. But these are pretty freaking amazing for comfort. I cannot express that enough. Okay. So now we get to talk about the fun stuff. The stuff that everyone's losing their shit over. How do they sound? I'm going to start this by saying, as I did in the unboxing, I have not heard the 800Ss. Okay, I have not heard them. I cannot compare these to the 800Ss. That being said, if you're still willing to listen and give me a chance here, I might be able to provide a little bit of insight into what I think is happening. So, I'll mention again that there was a controversy with these headphones. 9 is the highest? No, 9 is not the highest rating of comfort we've had so far was 9.5. 9.5 clouds. That was for the was that for the Monoprice Retros? It might have been. Because man, are those comfortable. I don't know if anything's ever going to hit 10. I'll say that right now. I don't know if anything's going to be able to hit 10 clouds, but because there's always room for improvement, that kind of thing. Anyway, the controversy surrounding these headphones is that when the final tuning went out to some reviewers, a couple reviewers started measuring the headphones, and their measurements revealed that there was a very serious valley in the 2000 hertz range. And when you're looking at a graph, when you're looking at a frequency response graph, that looks pretty bad. And a lot of people started to freak out about that. And rightfully so. It's a scary thing to see. And some people are saying, it's very polarizing. Some people are saying, I don't hear that. I don't hear that big valley. It's not a problem. Some people are saying the valley is so bad that the headphones are... They're even going so far as... Some people are going so far as saying that they are unlistenable, which I'll tell you right now is absolutely ridiculous. some people are saying that this valley, this weird sound signature in the high end, is causing some veiling over particularly the vocal range. The vocals sound like they are veiled. Veiling is like what it sounds. It is as if something is obscuring the sound. So something is obscuring the vocals. Vocals that should sound a certain way sound muffled, as if there's like a sheet placed over them. That's veiling. It is veiled. And that's a descriptor that some people are using for what they're hearing with this. That the vocal ranges, particularly with female vocals, sounds veiled. So I disagree with that. And I'll explain why. The big thing that you are gaining from these headphones, and I believe it is the same with the 800s and it's the same with the 800Ss. The thing that these headphones do better than almost any other headphone, at least any headphone that I've heard for sure, is these have otherworldly soundstage. The soundstage of these is unbelievably wide. It sounds like it's just everywhere. Everywhere. It is unreal how far away the soundstage is. It is so immersive. It's really, really incredible. Incredibly wide. Widest soundstage I have ever heard. And that's the case for all the 800 series headphones. They're known for that. They're known for having this incredible soundstage. And these are no exception to that. The soundstage is unbelievable. So, what I believe, it took me a bit because I'll say I put these through my gauntlet of music. And I was paying particularly close attention to that kind of 2,000 to 3,000 hertz frequency range, trying to see if I could hear anything. And in particular, I put these really focused on and A/B tested these while listening to the Nier Automata soundtrack, which has many tracks with varying female vocalists of varying ranges. And I know that soundtrack inside and out. Amazing game, by the way. Nier Automata is a freaking phenomenal game. I know those tracks inside and out. Oh yeah, you can probably tell I like Nier Automata. Anyway, and there's a good range of female vocals in that soundtrack. And some of the songs in that soundtrack are particularly bright. I mean, really, really bright. Too hot sometimes. So I know what they sound like. I know those songs inside and out. I know how they should sound. Should sound to me, how I know them, I should say. And I know how they sound with some other of my favorite headphones. So I A/B tested these against, my LCDs, my Ethers, my HP3s. I put them through the gauntlet against the headphones that I trust the most with that particular soundtrack. And compared. What was I hearing? Was I hearing that big valley? Was it causing issues? Were things missing? Was there a veiling happening? Was detail getting lost? And here's what I think is happening. When something is being veiled, it means it's being obscured. It means you're losing something. If the vocals are veiled, something is obscuring those vocals, something is muffling those vocals. So you're losing something. You're losing detail, you're losing clarity, you're losing something. Right? That makes sense. I don't think that there's any veiling happening because I still hear everything that I hear with everything else. I still hear clarity, I still hear imaging. I still hear separation. I still hear unbelievable detail. More detail than... maybe more detail than I've heard in almost anything else. And what I think is happening is not an issue of things getting veiled, but an issue of... not an issue. It's not an issue. It's just what's happening. These have amazing soundstage. So the soundstage is so amazing that it is even pushing back those vocals. The vocals maintain the detail and the clarity that they do with my LCDs, which I trust the most for that soundtrack. I trust those LCDs the most for that soundtrack. I still hear everything that I hear in the LCDs, but it is as if there was a physical distance change. The vocalist, the singer, literally sounds physically further away from me when I'm hearing it with these headphones. I hear everything the same. She is just further away. So I think it's a soundstage thing. She's not muffled. If anything, she sounds even more clearer than she maybe ever has. It's almost as if with everything else, with the LCDs, the headphones that I trust the most for that soundtrack, it still sounds like she is singing into a microphone. And I'm hearing that recording in immaculate detail, but I'm hearing that recording of her singing into that microphone. With these, it sounds like she's singing directly to me. And she sounds like she is over there. Not right here in a very intimate singing to me through a recording, but she is over there and she's singing directly at me. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the vocalists are physically further away from you, not veiled. And I think that's the difference. I think that's an important distinction, because I can't... to me, it does not sound like I'm losing anything. I'm not losing clarity. I feel like, if anything, I'm getting more of it. So I think it's important to make that distinction. It's not, to me, it's not veiled. It's just further away. Hush. I don't know if you can hear that. There's someone outside with a motorcycle. How is that even possible? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a trip. It's wild, because with so many headphones, I know those tracks to have those singers, right here. Even with my very wide soundstage headphones, they're still like right here. They're singing to me, and I can hear it all, for better or for worse, because sometimes those tracks can get really, really hot. But with this is the first time I've ever felt like they were just in the room with me. So it's amazing. I want to make that clear. I love that is what's happening. I think it sounds amazing. So let's talk about a few other things that are happening, and with the headphone in general. I wouldn't call them warm necessarily. I know a lot of people say they're warmer than the 800Ss, but I haven't heard 800Ss. I can't make that comparison. But they're very, very pleasing, but they're still very, very accurate, and extremely high detail, extremely precise imaging, and unreal soundstage. So these are now genuinely one of the best sounding headphones I own. I'm not afraid to admit that. These are one of the best sounding headphones I own now. Are they as good as the 800Ss? I don't know. But to say that they're unlistenable is absurd. That's just hating. That's just jumping on the hate train. That is an absurd statement. These are wonderful headphones. Wonderful. I have all these things to compare them to that I know very, very well, that I love and adore. And I can say confidently that these are now one of the best sounding headphones that I own for my tastes. So, yeah. It perhaps the answer to what's happening, maybe the answer is, oh, there's what do you call it? Maybe there's an issue with the way things are being the production run, right? Maybe there's quality control problems and people are getting different sounding headphones. I suppose that's possible. Maybe the reviewers that were having these problems were actually reviewing a different tuned headphone. Well, that's possible. Maybe people's hardware setup, the amplifiers and the DACs they're using, just don't pair well with the headphone. Hey, that's also possible. What I think the answer is, I think the answer to what's happening is that what people like to hear is subjective. I know that's not a satisfying answer. I know that's boring, but I really think that's kind of what's happening here. Everyone has their own tastes. They have their own expectation of what they want from their headphone. And when you're jumping into this range of audiophile, and you're spending this kind of money, and you're approaching this kind of legacy, you're really going to be scrutinizing it, and you're really going to be hitting hard and nicking on the points that really matter to you. So if you really like low-end bass, you're going to be looking for that. If you really like mid-range clarity, you're going to be looking for that. If you really like that treble imaging, that treble detail, you're going to be looking for that. And I think that really the majority of this polarization that people are experiencing right now with this headphone is a subjective thing. People are really hitting it hard because of what it is, an 800 series Sennheiser, and the price bracket that's in. That's what I think is happening. That's my 2 cents. So, I love them. I do not plan to return them in any way, shape, or form. I think they're great. The one thing I never got around to being able to do with them, though, which is I regret because I wish I could talk about it, but I'm going to try and do that. Maybe mention it down the road. Is I haven't tried these with a tube amplifier yet. I got some tubes. I want to try them out. I hear that they're supposed to sound even more phenomenal with tubes, so I'll try that. But yeah, man, Sennheiser HD 8XXs, controversy or not, I think they are absolutely worth it. If you're willing to be in that level of, I don't want to say that level of an audiophile because that's a subjective thing in and of itself as well. You could be an audiophile on the budget. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to be an audiophile. But, whatever. That level of consumer, whatever you want to call it, okay? I think it's worth it. I think they're great. And hopefully that means something to you. I don't know. So there's that. Elephant is now out of the room. And we can get back to the game. But I don't know. I think they're really undeserving of the kind of hate train that's been going on around these. I think that sucks because I think people are really missing out on a really great headphone. I think if it's one of those things where you shouldn't doubt it until you try it. And I know that's very hard with really high-end headphones because not everyone has access to a high-end audio store where they can go and try on headphones, So that's a hard thing to be able to say, but it really is. this is a situation where if you can try them, you should, because you shouldn't judge them just off of some graphs that a couple people are talking about. Okay, you really shouldn't judge any headphone on graphs either way, but still, try them. I love them, but that doesn't mean you have to. Okay. Let me catch up on the chat here. I could see why that would make people think the veiling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there is a difference. The scale should be moved to out of 9. Well then, nah. No, because no, we're not changing it. It's out of 10. Good take. Glad you like them. Like techno music. Yeah, like techno music. Very subjective. Okay. Back to the game, everyone. Thank you for sticking around for the rant. Not rant. The chat. Thanks for sticking around for the chat. Okay. Let's move on and go have a little chat with Warlord O'Keir.
It's about time. The batteries on these tanks will not wait while you play with these idiotic mercs.
O'Keir, I presume.
I take it you're O'Keir. You don't seem particularly caged or grateful that I'm here.
You may claim to be here to help, but the formerly deceased shepherd is not a sign of gentle change. Surprised? All Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer.
Oh, was there a Cloud9 comment? Yeah, I did miss that. I get it, though. Okay. Yeah. All Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer. Uh-oh. I bet you will, too.
I'm sure you're eager to retell the story.
Such a tale. Saren, the Spectre Traitor, threatens the return of the Krogan horde by curing the genophage, undoing the gentle genocide of the Turians and Solarians. But before Saren can deliver his endless troops, in rides Shepard, securing victory through nuclear fire. I like that part. It has weight.
It was a tough decision.
I didn't have a lot of room for finesse. If there'd been any other solution, I'd have considered it.
But I approve. Saren's pale horde were not true Krogan. Numbers alone are nothing. The mistake of an outsider, one that these mercenaries have also made. I gave their leader my rejects for her army, but she grows impatient. It's time for you to take me out of here.
All right.
Personal issues irrelevant. Here for the collectors.
I see. Yes, collector attacks have increased. A human concern. My requests were focused elsewhere. I acquired the knowledge to create one pure soldier. With that, I will inflict upon the genophage the greatest insult an enemy can suffer. To be ignored.
Go on.
Your search for the perfect soldier created a lot of failures. You don't care about them?
I failed no one. My rejects are exactly what Jador asked for. She simply lacks the ability to command. They are strong, healthy, and useless to me. I need perfection. If a few thousand are rejected, so be it. My work will purify the Krogan. We will not be restored. We will be renewed.
Oh dear. You're an unfeeling zealot. Oof. You don't want a horde?
I thought the Krogan ideal was a return to the numbers that threatened the galaxy.
We will not need numbers. My soldier is a template. It is a greater threat than all the Phantom siblings that would have been at its flank. The galaxy still bears the scars of the Horde, but it will learn to fear the Lance.
I'm not gonna call him a zealot. I'm gonna just avoid that.
What did you get from the collectors? I need whatever you know about them.
They are strange, so isolated, yet very available when your sacrifice is big enough. I gave them mini Krogan. I may have information for you, but the tech was consumed in my prototype, after I determined how to use it without killing the subjects. The deaths were unfortunate, but I only need one success to start the process.
Genophage and the numbers.
So you don't want to cure the genophage?
Contrary to what survivors claim, the genophage does not produce strong Krogan. The only quality it filters is the ability to survive the genophage. For every 1,000 stillborn, too many weaklings live. Every survivor is branded as precious. That's produced more cuddling than your collective human teats.
Oof.
I say, let us carry the genophage. Let 1,000 die in a clutch. We will defeat it by climbing atop our dead. That is the Krogan way.
Gosh, dude. That's all sorts of harsh. Whew. I'm handing you to Cerberus. So you gonna join us?
Your methods are extreme, but you know how to deconstruct a threat. Will you help us?
Perhaps I can strike a deal to secure passage, but my prototype is not negotiable. It is the key to my legacy.
Attention, I have traced the Krogan release. Okeer, of course. I'm calling blank slate on this project. Gas these commandos and start over from Okeer's data. Flush the tanks.
She's that weak-willed. She'll kill my legacy with a damn valve. Shepard, you want information on the collectors? Stop her. She'll try to access contaminants in the storage bay.
Why so concerned?
You could just start over like she plans to. What's the big deal?
This tank is pure. It involved as much trial as data. Starting over will not duplicate it. It must survive. Jador will be with the rejected tanks. Kill her. I will stay and do what must be done.
Oh dear.
Kill Jador, Shepard. I do what I must to save my legacy.
Alright. There's some skeleton. We're just not gonna mention that, I guess. Hey! Bypass the lab. Do. And done. He does sound Stalin Russian, yeah.
This looks interesting.
It sounds like all sorts of creepy, I don't know, what do you call it? Like genetic altering the perfect being or whatever. Alright, let's go deal with this situation. What?
We've been spotted.
Okeer isn't the only one with total command.
Can you go ahead and overload that for me, please?
Fire in the hole!
Ow. Let's get that launcher out, shall we? We gotta get that shield down first. Overload, please. Okay, good. We're doing good. Grenade launcher.
Break them, kill them, I'll reinforce!
Moving in close!
Ha! Incinerate this fool.
Hostiles to the left.
To the left.
Krogan!
Incinerate him, please.
Deploying incineration tank. Keep them back.
Oh my gosh! I launched him to the other side of the room.
Krogan, closing in.
This should slow him down.
Attaboy, Garrus. I do believe she is all that's left. What a shame. The overload missed? Oh, okay. It hit where you were aiming in front of the back. Annoying. Ow. Ow. Jeez. That's what I want to see. Now we can incinerate her. And now we get to have a little fun with her.
Alarms in the lab? What's that Krogan doing up there?
Shepard, the lab alarms coincided with the system's failure. The remaining lab systems are unprotected, and I have gained limited access. According to lab scanners, the room is flooded with toxins and Okira's personal life signs are failing rapidly. I recommend haste.
Oh gosh. Okira, what are you doing, buddy?
Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress. Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress.
If I knew why the collectors wanted humans, I would tell you. But everything is in my prototype. My legacy is pure. This one soldier. This grunt. Perfect.
Well,
You gave me time, Shepard. If I knew why the collectors wanted humans, I would tell you. But everything is in my prototype. My legacy.
alright, here we go.
Why would someone so fanatical sacrifice himself for one Krogan?
Delusional. Unlikely one Krogan, however strong, could have impact Okir wanted. Am almost certain. Suggest leaving it.
Professional jealousy, Morton?
Afraid he'll make your Genifay obsolete?
No, but Krogan genetically dangerous, socially dangerous as well. Have enough enemies without adding this.
Normandy, Okir is a no-go, but we have a package that needs retrieval. And he's a big one.
You exploded that guy, yeah, really. Alright. Cloning facility destroyed, Okir dead, but his son was recovered. Loss of Okir could be a problem. Will allow Shepard to decide whether to activate the Krogan. Ooh. He does not look fun.
Bringing the Krogan for study makes sense, but I have concerns about waking it.
Yeah, you've said that a few times now.
A normal Krogan is dangerous. This one was created and likely educated by a madman.
That excited, are you?
I see everyone's enjoying the new paperweight. Concerns?
We don't know anything about it, Commander.
That's the fun part.
I know. You don't find that interesting?
Krogan fight well at close quarters. Perhaps awakening him in a confined space wouldn't be prudent.
Noted. The cargo hold is safe enough while I decide what to do with him.
Don't you shrug at me. Well, we've got a decision to make. Release the Krogan, says Crazy Redwood. Perhaps we may. Let's get some perspective from the rest of the crew, shall we? Jacob?
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Well, screw you
We'll
then.
talk later.
Commander.
How you feeling about Jacob now? He's still your bro? Huh? Freaking Jacob. Joker, you're my bro. You're my one true bro.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
It was until the thing started questioning my every move. It won't let anything slide.
You were deliberately falsifying maintenance reports, Mr. Moreau.
Not falsifying, tweaking. I always round up on task times. It makes us look good when we come in under.
It's harmless. Don't do that. That's it? You both shut up?
Harmless self-promotion. Edie can ease off on that.
Very well, Shepard.
Yeah, go pout. I win.
Joker.
Right. No hard feelings. Good game.
Good game, yeah. Yeah, how about the squad?
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It seems like Garrus has finally worked that stick out of his butt, but now he's trying to beat guys to death with it. I believe I like the old Garrus better. No surprise, Morden acts superior to everyone, like he's got tenure at FU. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
You got
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
I'm sure Morden has something to say about all this. Being that he has history with the Genophage. Morden, friend.
Shepard, how can I help?
He's letting you know that he is, and if he wants to talk or not. That's very mature of him. Man, alright. That's fine. Yeah, okay.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, would like that, actually. Talked about work earlier. Time with Special Tasks Group studying Genophage. Yeah, wasn't entirely honest. Lie of omission. Also, other kinds. Need to clear the air. Mission too important to keep secrets. Work on Genophage was more than just study.
What did you do?
What was the Special Tasks Group doing with the Krogan Genophage?
Study at first, as I said, but uncovered surprising data. Krogan population was increasing at faster rate than expected. Krogan were adapting to Genophage, overcoming disease.
How?
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term. No. Natural evolution. Krogan physiology incredibly durable. Organ redundancy, backup systems, cellular regeneration. Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
Maybe they were just having a lucky year. Or fewer mercs left, meaning more Krogan were left to repopulate.
Please, Shepard. Social environmental concerns accounted for. Not an undergraduate. Population spike caused by adaptation to Genophage. No other possibility.
This is good news.
The Genophage was a terrible mistake. It nearly destroyed the Krogan and their culture. Now they have a chance to recover.
Naive viewpoint. Krogan too dangerous to allow unchecked birth rate. Look at Krogan rebellions. Personally led a science team. Geneticists, chemists, sociologists, mathematicians. Created new version of Genophage. Released it on Tuchanka, other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
And this was your best choice.
You never considered other options?
Hundreds. Thousands. Modified Genophage offered best outcome. Stabilized population, avoided publicity that could incite Krogan anger, averted potential genocide or devastating war. Best solution for whole galaxy, Krogan included.
Why not go all the way? That's a good question.
If the Krogan are so dangerous, why not just sterilize them outright?
Not a war criminal, not a murderer, genocide, unnecessary. Krogan as a whole, violent, aggressive, still have outliers, worth saving. Genophage modification protected galaxy, allowed Krogan chance to survive. Everyone wins. Good for us, good for them.
If you're so sure about that, why do you sound so defensive, Morden?
How did you distribute the modified Genophage?
Covert drops, hospitals, clan centers, water supplies. Very difficult. Few Solarians on Tuchanka. Team got caught a few times. Had to fight free. Messy. Better when things went as planned.
How did your genophage modification work?
Krogan evolution attached garbage genetic code to genophage attack sites. Modification created other areas for garbage code to connect. Left sites clean, capable, running smoothly.
Like, it is a moral quandary. We have to appreciate the concerns and why they did it and why he's so defensive about it. But does that make it right? Is it right to effectively poison an entire race because you're afraid of what they could potentially become? It's not genocide, but it seems like it's just a degree difference. You know what I mean? But how do we want to respond to him? Do we want to kind of play it safe with the middle ground, or do we want to challenge his viewpoint? Which, again, by his emotional response, makes me think he's not really 100% sure it was the right thing to do. Maybe I can't remember in my first playthrough exactly what his position was on the genophage. I know that seems like something I should absolutely remember, but it's been a while. I don't. Is it right to let them reproduce freely, knowing their history of violence and warmongering? Does history guarantee who the next generation is going to be? Now, just because they have a history of warmongering and violence, does that guarantee that their future is going to also incorporate that? That's the question of, do we punish the future for what has happened in the past? Do we punish the next generation for the previous generation's actions? It's a hell of a question. I'm going to challenge him. I like Morden a lot. I think he's an awesome character. But I'm going to challenge his perspective.
The genophage was a mistake bordering on a war crime. Recreating it is unforgivable.
Don't want me on team? Don't bring me. Can stay here, work on collector research. But no apologies. Did what was right. Hope you do the same if necessary. Should get back to work. Talk more later. Next time tissue synthesis has to compile. Good for free time.
It's alright, Morden. You can be mad at me now, but you'll come around. He'll come around. Oop.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, we need to hurry this up a little bit. Miranda, you got something to say about all this?
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard.
Okay.
Maybe another time.
Sounds good.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
How about you, Garrus? What you got to say? There has yet to be an extreme belief switch from one generation to the one following. Usually you have to allow for time for them to unlearn their violent ways. Okay, but it has been over 1,000 years since the rebellion. That's kind of a lot of time. Still feeling pretty good about Miranda?
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
He's got some calibrations, guys.
Talk to you later.
We gotta leave
Garrus.
Garrus alone. He's got some
I'll be here if you need
calibrations.
me.
Okay. I don't think we need to talk to Zaid, because he doesn't really have anything to say other than his own little stories. So... Oh, still feeling like Garrus is your buddy. Well, well, well. The breeding pod. Do you still want to open the Krogan, or should we punish this generation because of the actions of his father figure? Oh. Okay. We're gonna go for it. We're doing it. Activate the pod.
The subject is stable, Shepard. Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
Is he aware?
Can he see anything in there? Does he know where he is?
Unlikely. Current neural patterns indicate minimal cognition. Barring ship-wide power loss, the nutrients in the tank could sustain him for over a year.
Is he dangerous?
Any idea how dangerous this guy is?
He is a Krogan, Shepard. If you were asking whether he is actively hostile, I don't have the necessary data to answer. Okir's technology could impart data, not methods of thinking. The subject may know of his views, but would not necessarily share them.
Do you detect anything odd?
What can you tell me about this guy? Anything unusual?
The subject is an exceptional example of the Krogan species, with fully formed primary, secondary, and tertiary organs where applicable.
Goodness.
No defects of any kind, aside from the genetic markers of the genophage present in all Krogan. I cannot judge mental functioning.
Open the tank.
Stand by. I'm gonna open the tank and let him out.
Cerberus protocol is very clear regarding untested alien technology.
Do as I say, Edie. He's too valuable to leave.
He's either a powerful addition to the crew or a time bomb. I'd rather deal with it now.
Very well, Shepard.
Reasonable.
The controls are online. The switch and consequences are yours.
I accept that. Oh, that's a big boy.
Human, female. Before you die, I need a name.
You'll get more than that.
I'm Commander Shepard, and I don't take threats lightly. I suggest you relax.
Not your name. Mine. I'm trained. I know things. But the tank, Okir couldn't implant connection. His words are hollow. Warlord, legacy, Grunt. Grunt was among the last. It has no meaning. It'll do. I am Grunt. If you are worthy of your command, prove your strength and try to destroy me.
Who... Forget I am Groot. I am Grunt. You unlock Master Chief? You want to die?
Why do you want me to try to kill you?
Want? I do what I'm meant to. Fight and reveal the strongest. Nothing in the tank ever asked what I want. I feel nothing for Okir's clan or his enemies. That imprint failed. He has failed. Without a reason that's mine, one fight is as good as any other. Might as well start with you.
Join my crew and you will find it.
I have a good ship and a strong crew. A strong clan. You'd make it stronger.
If you're weak and choose weak enemies, I'll have to kill you.
Our enemies are worthy. No doubt about that.
That's acceptable. I'll fight for you.
Look at that smile.
Glad you saw reason.
Offer one hand, but arm the other. Wise shepherd. If I find a clan, if I find what I want, I will be honored to eventually pit them against you.
Ho ho. We got Grunt. Oh yeah. We got ourselves a powerhouse now. The perfect Krogan? Maybe. The question's gonna be, how is he gonna compare to Rex? That's what he has to live up against. We'll have to find out next time. Why does the perfect Krogan have a goldfish head? He's got like a, yeah, he kind of looks a bit like a snapping turtle, doesn't he? Oh. Well, I think that's a good place to stop for the night. Is Rex not coming? Hey, we haven't found Rex yet, so you're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah. Okay. We have a Krogan on the ship now. We have a Krogan. And Morgan's a little pissed at us, but that's okay. You know, it's all right. We'll work it out like a good team would. Oh yeah. Okay. We'll continue that next time. Let's see. Wednesday is it? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So Saturday, Crazy, I believe you're going to be playing more Control, doing some of that extra content. Sunday, we'll be jumping back over to Ghost of Tsushima and that old practitioner's perspective. And then we'll be back with Alan Wake next Tuesday. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.